Let me Perlita. Okay. Let me tell you something, Riley, Trevor Eager, Tom Simpson, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, TJ Dave, Perlita Quinn, Jim Hall, Bill Laval, Doug King, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitty Bat for Blue Boy Box, GPS Small Fry, Rapist Night, Jim Hall, Bit Laval, Gordon, Area 138, Boald, East Coast Negro, and then Ellery's. Let me help you something, Perlita and Bernard. It doesn't matter what you got to show me. I said I'm not controlling it. Okay? So your military and the police officers and all them, they like I said, Perlita, I've already conceded. So they're going to take control of it like they usually do. Especially since some of them know the history out here much deeper than most of you. For one. So Perlita, they don't care. Some of the people who've been around out here and know the deal out here for so long, they don't care who actually owns it. Because they know something. If they know that Bernard or Ellery and the B-Bat 4 committed sexual offenses and stuff, Perlita, you're screwed. They don't care who controls it then, because they know how to take control from the group of you, Perlita. They also know, Perlita and Bernard and Robo Knight, that the group of you and Dave obsess over it. Okay? Which makes you controllable. Carney Boy Bernard. So when you have a city or groups of people who know more history in the area, then guess what? They get to control you, Bernard. So they're not going to care who actually it belongs to, because they know your guys are going to obsess over the same thing no matter where you go in the nation all the time. It proves, Perlita, when you behave like you do out here, or you're, whatever, that you don't know what you're doing with Bernard. And some of them have already gone through it with you, Bernard. Perlita, it's a pretty much proven fact. You can prove events with it still. That's why Brian and some of those guys are good at what they do, because they've dealt with it before. Because he knows the situation. He's dealt with it. He's done this before. They've done it. I'm sorry, David. You guys keep running the same war, but they know how it works. Some of us, like I said too, some of us taught those girls and some of those kids right away, so you're not going to be able to win, David. There's events that they're covering up, but some of those people in Colorado here moved away, but they were taught certain things. So they don't care about who actually owns it or who it belongs to, because you guys have switched your names so many times, Bernard. They already know how to control those of you who obsess over it, especially if they know deeper history in areas of the world. That's the way it is. It's like video game controller. Once you know how to beat the game, you can complain about it all you want, Perlita, but if you make mistakes or if you torture and all that and you lie, they know you'll do it again, so that means those people that you made victims know how to control you. If you're doing ghetto life, Perlita, with the Negroes and pretending to pout there, or LGBT and people aren't, then they know how to control you. If people don't want a country and western Karen or Carney, then they know how to control you, Red Randy and Hillbilly Squad Julie, because the groups of you move into cities or in places you don't know what's going on. Whether it's here, LA, Colorado, Texas, whatever. Sorry. That's why I was telling Harry and them a long time ago, some of those kids, don't militarize that stuff. But they did. Guess what? You're stuck playing a chess game forever. Pretty much. Like I said, Perlita, you can slaughter a whole family, kill them, murder them, rape them, but when the victims are gone, who's the only ones left? Those who committed the crime. So the police and military and some of those guys, they'll evolve because some of them didn't want to be that or any of that. So they'll evolve or go. What remains is your regime. Now the military will probably be here because they have no choice. But other than, doesn't mean that they're not gonna. Doesn't mean that they won't evolve. They just know how the system works. Just like the government, they figure out how the city works. They start on their own thing and they let you guys do what you wanted. Leave us alone. We don't want government. So they let you guys run the city in a sense. Other people evolve. But see, you're not used to it, Perlita and Bernard and Roble Knight, because Brian and me and some people who've been around for a while know you're not used to these kind of cities or never been here before. See how Harry and them run into a problem doing what they did? And then they have to lie, Bernard. They don't care who the two belongs to, Perlita, because, like I said, they've watched the group of you guys throw your temper tantrum with the carny already and obsess over it. Watch Bernard obsess over Kim or Bailey or my cousins already, or the Schwartzes or the Imes or whoever. So that means they know how to control them. The DOD and stuff has already been here. They've even said it. The FBI. See, they know how to control you guys because you've been complacent. Oops. So like I said, Bernard says I killed her or whatever. I didn't. The first people I'd hire or get on to work for me would be Anna Beswick and her kids, Bailey, and some of those other girls that you guys said I killed that I didn't. That's like key gold information right there. Now they know how to control your temper tantrum, no matter who you say it belongs to, Perlita. So you want to hold the crystal ball in your hand and show everybody and show it off with Bernard? Oops. And they're going to say, oh, not turquoise, not peach. See, Perlita, there are people and families that have been around messing with this thing so fucking long. And Brian and some of them are friends with some of them. They know. Good luck, because he's done this before and he's good at it. And that's why I just don't even really challenge him anymore, because I know it does. He'll win. He knows I want to evolve up and be at certain places, but he knows not in this condition, so he knows how to control me. But I already conceded to the military because I wanted to teach them how to do something, Perlita, because I wasn't challenging them, because I wanted them to win against Joe all the time. Why? Because I don't know where he has been, which will secure my father's stuff, Jay Beswick's stuff, Ron Miller's stuff, Juice Colonel Mel Kolb's, people who I trust, Colin Powell. That's what you're supposed to do, Perlita. I love those girls that much. I sacrificed myself for it, and those families. And good luck ever beating them. So, coming with a Crybaby Carniola show with Judy Shepard or whoever you got going on with the Bitted Fat or whatever excuse it was, not a good idea. Because they're not those people that you guys made victims or hold hostage in the city for ghetto life and all that crap, pouting, baldy, Negro and all that stuff, guess what? He sits there and pretends to be Jehovah or whatever. Guess what? The people actually control him. Because he's obsessing, staring at a pizza sign. But people already fucking, some of the super hottie chicks already fucking know. So, he can, but he's really not proven any point that most people who have been around for a while already haven't figured out. Now you guys know what happens when you fuck that shit up. When you destroy eyes and you know, don't take care of shit. I could have been completely clean and perfect, Perlita. Perfect Jew, perfect Christian, whatever they wanted me to be, and it probably still wouldn't have worked. Because Brian and some of those people, some of those families down there and around the world, because there's other people I know, Perlita, that have been evolved through it. They've done it. Overseas, here, whatever.